I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world, and that's our job.
You have to be made. Change the world. That's our job. You have
Whole time.
JB, what's the name of the podcast?
It's a pod named Kickback. A pod named Kickback. It's like a Tribe Called Quest.
You say the whole thing. Welcome back to a pod named Kickback. It is indeed, in fact, like a Tribe Called Quest, because you have to say the whole thing. Just like my name, No Breaks New, you got to say the whole thing. I am the righteous ratchet that you can see on the bottom of your screen. If you throw it, I'll catch it. If you got it, I'll match it. Each and every week, we right back at it. I am the Black Savage, the Magneto of my people. Jackie, talk to him.
All right, y'all. Let's get fit with Dak. Make sure you are following me because every Sunday we got some goodness for you. So come get snatched with me.
Whoa. Are we going to trapeze? That sounds like we going to trapeze or something.
Right? We working out or we going to the hotel? I was confused.
Look at y'all. Y'all mind in the gutter.
It's going to be one of them shows, Randy.
Hey, it's your man, D. Brandy T. Mr. Man Up Monday. All day is where I be. Let's go.
Let's go. He got his rhyme. Jackie, what happened with your rhyme? You didn't have your rhyme.
Break every time. Look, I don't look. I switch it up.
Okay. I ain't mad at that. I am not mad at that. Let me see. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Give us a little bit. Let me set the vibe a little bit.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna have a real good show for y'all today, ladies and gentlemen. Did y'all see that Maxwell this weekend?
No idea where he's going.
So yeah, man, I definitely want to thank y'all for tuning in. You could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you chose to be here with us, and I appreciate it. I want to start off with our high and low of the week, and let me stop the music because Randy said he got to tell us about his weekend, his week, and I want to hear every detail of this high of the week. I don't know if you got a low in that, but yeah, break it down for us, man.
All right, so
he's smiling.
Hey, because I mean, look, it just happened last night. It might have been. I don't even know if it was another high this week, but last night definitely was. Right. I went to and shout out to Charlestown, West Virginia. Y'all showed me nothing but love. I will be back. I went to my first horse race ever, watching them live horse racing and something, you know what I mean? I don't know. I got a long bucket list of stuff that I want to do before I leave. And this was one of them that was on there, right? So I had the opportunity. I had a friend who goes there and took me down there and knew the whole thing. So we went and saw the whole live. If y'all check out my reel, if y'all follow Man Up Monday, I got the reel. I cataloged all the highlights of everything that I saw. Man, look, from walking from the jockeys, like they all like leprechauns who ride these horses, right? Like seriously, I'm like these dudes is like real muscle. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger had leprechauns for children. That's what they do. They ride horses. I think that's what they are. And this was the wild thing, because in the crowd, right, all the men there was short. So I'm like, if all the jockeys here like never make it to, because you have big different circuits, what I learned as far as like it's fun, Caressa. I'm going back. Look, and if I I saw like, look, if these dudes don't make it to the Kentucky Derby, then they stuck on like this level, and so they hanging out and living in this town. So I'm like, why? If everybody's short here, maybe the jockeys are jockeying around in in the city, right? Like, why else will all the men be under 5 feet, right? I can't think of another reason, but I digress. Back to my high. The horses, watching the races. Look, I one horse, I probably bet on 10 horses. 1 out of the 10, I did get a win. It wasn't out the one that I thought was gonna win, didn't win, but hey, it was all good, and I still came out with a win, man. Watching them coming up, lining up to the tracks, and watching them run down and come through, man, the whole experience, and everybody there was like just happy, enjoying. It's a family time. Like down in there, I say it's a family event. That families come out there, and they sit there, they dress, and they just sit and watch the races, and they are real serious into it, but it is all a good time. So that was my high, like horse racing. Who would have knew? Who would have thunk it? So I just broke a black myth. Like, y'all think black man, we got horse races. I don't have no love.
Okay. Oh, I like it. I like it. Now, did you just see the dogs racing too?
They was on. I didn't get to the track to see them because I was you had to go around. I was on the west side, was where the horse was, with the horses. You had to go to the other side for the dog track, and I didn't want to go over there. I was like, I'm staying with the horses. I was having a good time over there. Maybe next time.
I believe in Clarissa.
No, they do have. They 100% have groupies. When they was walking out, I'm telling you, they hanging over the rails. They hanging over the rails, looking at these dudes.
Let me read what she said first for people that's listening that didn't see it. Clarissa said, "Jockeys have groupies, believe it or not. Women throwing themselves at their tiny little butts." I can see Clarissa out there. I can picture her out there. I can picture it. Throwing herself with some little muskins. Is that politically correct? Can we say that? You might not be able to say muskins.
Want to get a
little people,
leprechaun. I'm telling you, they have to have groupies. It's no other reason. Like, I was looking around and I noticed all these men were short, nothing but shorties in the whole. I'm like, ain't no coincidence. It's a bunch of generation of shorties in the audience watching them jockeys. I'm just saying.
You know what's funny? Because we call women, like Meg, the stallion. We call them stallions. Someone that, boom, I'm about to break it down. I'm about to mess y'all minds up. Because y'all know Tory Lanez is little, like a leprechaun, right? And he dated Meg the Stallion. So he technically, that's like a jockey and a stallion. Maybe a little bit. Jive.
That's a stretch.
Okay.
Extreme stretch.
I tried, man. I tried.
I see like that. Hey, that pot pie. You know what I mean? Like, I travel for pot pies. I'm just saying.
Listen to him, Clarissa. He says he need a pot pie in order for you to come through the next time he goes to the track.
Oh Lord, we might not need to go on Love Is Blind, Randy. We might not need to go.
Man, I'm getting on that show. I'm getting on that. Hey, we somewhere else. Y'all go with y'all. Let's go with our highs. Jackie.
Oh yeah, Jack.
Okay, well, my high, of course, is my Sunday Fun Day every Sunday, 8:30 at Lake Spivey. It's free. We encourage people to come out. We do a nice little workout. We do a stretch. We do a workout, and then we walk the trail. And it's just good fun, good laughter. We had a couple new people come out. So we had a lot of great positive mental push-throughs where people were releasing a lot of stuff that was built up. So as long as people leave and they're inspired and they're feeling good and they are excited and they're ready to start their day, that's all that matters to me. So if you haven't come out to Lake Spivey on Sundays, 8:30 a.m. Come get this work with me. That was my high. I don't have a low. I'm still on cloud 9.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, and y'all follow Jack on her socials, and like y'all been getting it in. I've been seeing it. Like when I come to I'm coming. I'm coming to
Yes.
the park and I'm coming when the next time I'm home.
Definitely.
On my high and low, let me see. It's been a crazy week, and not in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Just being crazy stuff about things going on back home. It's been a stressful week for me. Actually, like the last 2 weeks been kind of crazy with, JB birthday, his daughter's birthday, and a lot. It's been a lot. But I would say I'm not gonna dwell on that. Keep it moving. My high is right now, right here with y'all. This is my high of the week. Doing my favorite activity to do with my favorite people, including you, Clarissa, and everybody that's watching and commenting. I know Big Bird is gonna be jumping in soon. We'll talk about what the hell y'all talking about. Yeah. So this is the highlight of my week, and I'm enjoying it. Rough week. This is the best way to decompress. Is that what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
You decompress and just kind of and then get ready for Monday. So I'll do the episode. I'll get off. I will relax, enjoy my Sunday night, and then tomorrow morning, I'm going back into the ring. We're gonna fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that is my high.
Yes, sir.
And let me see. Having said that, we got to get into our viral story of the week, and this is gonna be interesting because Randy, we talked about it a little bit, but we got to talk about it a lot of bit.
My left stroke just went viral.
TikTok.
Hit that banner.
Oh, see, you got dogged Jackie. You so on point. That's what I love you some Jackie. Right there. So real quick, Clarissa said her high is Alexa got baptized today, and my low is someone competing on the car. So Alexa is her daughter. That's my little buddy. That's my niece. She got baptized today. So where's my round of applause at?
Hey, and congrats. We had 2 kids in our family got baptized today too. So that's great. Shout out to Cash and to my little man in our family who also got baptized today. Sharice, shout him out. So was this baptism for Kids Day?
I don't know.
You got to get them right before school starts so they can send them back.
Right, send them back right. Like y'all little evil bastards, we got to get y'all saved before you send y'all to school. But we get y'all back in school. Oh no, keep y'all safe. Everybody
yeah. Keep them safe. Yeah,
safe from home.
It's all love.
In danger.
Yeah. Oh man! And speaking of keeping people away from harm and danger, keeping them safe, DC DMV was not trying to do that with my man Keith Lee. Keith Lee, world-renowned TikTok food critic, who champions mom and pop shops and tries to get them attention and local notoriety and build their businesses. They had him going to Hong Kong, which is like a carryout in the middle of the hood. They had him going to not an established restaurant, but like a hood restaurant, carry out where you can go and get 5 wings and fries for like $3, like in big old wings. This is like the hood spots. In DC, we call them carryouts. Not carryouts. And we know the way you fix the ideal plate is, you out 5 wings and fries, salt, pepper, ketchup, mama sauce over everything. And he got it that way. He tasted the fried and the side. Well, I'll get fries. He got fried rice. But the fried rice is good. It reminded him when he was a kid. He liked it. But he said mumbo sauce, he compared it to a duck sauce. Like a duck sauce with a little bit of ketchup sprinkled in. He liked the wings. I didn't get like an 8.1 out of 10 or something. But I wanted him to go to some other spots. And I couldn't even think of really any spots. But before I even go there, I know initially, we all know Keith Lee. Sometimes he gets bashed for his ratings and things that he suggests or he likes or doesn't like. And most times he gets nothing but love for it. But he has offended different cities and different people throughout the country based on some things he has said or hasn't said. And I thought a funny part about this was Randy didn't like some of the stuff he said. And I'm gonna throw it to you, Randy, because Keith Lee had mentioned that it was hard to find good restaurants in DC because everything is based around alcohol. It's based around like, come here, get your mimosas, get your bottle of this mimosa, get you this, get you that. But it wasn't really, and you know, the green walls, you could take your pictures and ladies can do their Instagram stories, but it wasn't really about the food. It was about the drinking experience. And Randy, I know you took exception to that.
Yeah, no, I definitely did. Now, I first say I support every brother who's getting the bag in every way, in every shape, form, or fashion. So there's no shade to him on what he do, right? Keep doing your thing. But when you start off and the top of the banner says the headline is characterizing our whole city as we just shopping drinks like Carnival Cruise Lines. Like, how can I focus on any criticism that you have for our food, right? Because now you already painted the picture that we just getting you drunk first. So that already to me is saying the inference that our food is not good anyway. So we want to get you drunk, right? So because that's what they do in a lot of these cruise lines, they keep shopping these drinks. And if that wasn't the emphasis, why would you have the banner over your whole reel of why you're supposed to be telling us how you're critiquing food, but the banner says, so if anybody coming this way, be prepared. They like people gonna slap you in the face with a drink before you get an appetizer menu, right? That is what you're saying. And then, you know, I don't know who was advising him. And all of us who watching around the DMV, find out who was advising that man who told him that Hong Kong Avenue was the spot to find mumbo sauce. It ain't been like that since the 90s, right? It ain't but maybe 2 or 3 spots where you can find real mumbo sauce. When he pulled it out on the video, I saw it. I was like, oh, he went to the wrong place. Because I was like, what is this red sauce looking like ketchup that you call it mumbo sauce? Like, man, come on. Like, everybody who from DC for real, when he popped that wing up, we already knew by the color of the sauce that you went to the wrong spot and you did not experience mumbo sauce, brother. So Keith, if you are listening to this, hit me up, hit New up, come back to DC and go to some real spots because you missed them, brother. Now, I was going to fry you this whole entire podcast. I like off the strength of that one review. But you came back with a good one when you went out to Dukem, the Ethiopian restaurant in Fairfax that's been struggling, and you shown some light on some sisters that really need some help who are doing something really good. And because you did that, I will give you a shout out. And anybody who around in the Fairfax area, go and support Dukem, one of the best Ethiopian restaurants in the DMV. And you get a shout out, and I'm telling you, come back and everything will be on me. Wherever you eat, you want to eat at, I got you. Ride with me, and I'm gonna take you and get you some real DC food.
Randy, real quick. So the Dukem that's the spot that's on in Adams Moore on U Street, right?
Yes.
I used to do rap and do all the shows down there. I think I performed there, but I've never eaten it. I was watching it like, I've been there a billion times because they open mics next door or in there or whatever. And I've never eaten it, so I definitely got to eat there. And Jackie, I know you're not from DC or the DMV area, but I'm sure you're familiar with Keith Lee.
Look, I wanted to hear what y'all had to say because that's why I sent it to y'all because I was just like, I want to know if he really went to some real authentic restaurants or was he hitting like the little, what people have, like in Atlanta, we have the real food and then we have the, you just go for the ambiance type of thing. So that's why I couldn't wait to hear what y'all had to say because y'all both from DC.
See, the places
so you really think?
I haven't lived back home in 12, almost 13 years. Like I would have, I don't even know this place. I don't think it exists anymore. But I really like Oohs and Ahs. Like Oohs and Ahs, I would go to quite often. Like it's like a soul food spot. And when I first moved to Atlanta, I was like, oh, Atlanta soul food ain't even as good as DC soul food. Like, I thought this the South. I'm supposed to be, this the South. You know what I'm saying? With an F on it. And y'all soul food ain't as good as ours. Like, what the fuck? I went to Busy Bees and I was like, okay, cool. But I'd rather go to Oohs and Ahs. But I think a lot of the places that I loved in DC, I don't think they exist no more. And so I made a post today asking everybody to let me know about DC restaurants. And Berg, I tagged you in the post as well. Rain, that tagged you. Like, what are our staples now? And another thing, DC is right next to Maryland. For those who don't know, there was no DC hundreds of years ago. It was only Maryland and Virginia. And they literally cut out between Maryland and Virginia. They did this between the two states. And that's how they created DC. DC is shaped like a diamond. So DC is literally part of Maryland, part of Virginia. Which ultimately means that it's right in the middle. And so we're right by Maryland, right by Baltimore, right by the crabs. So we're a big seafood town. But Keith Lee doesn't eat shellfish. So I felt like, damn, that's like going to New Orleans and not getting seafood. You can't get the real DC experience without some crabs, without some seafood, because that's like our thing, especially the crab. But I don't know what the good restaurants are anymore. I think Oohs and Ahs is gone. I remember, what's the little Jamaican spot? I can't even think of the damn name no more.
Hey, Big K, name it. No, Big K say Oohs and Ahs still exists. That's our rep right there.
Okay.
Hip us up, Big K.
I would think
Big K. Big K.
Hong Kong carryout, Cane's Trinidadian food. What's the Jamaican spot? It's two names, like something in dumplings. It's two words. It's like I don't know what the hell it is, but it's some kind of, it's a Jamaican spot right there off of Georgia Avenue. I used to love Tropicana.
You're talking about. Yeah,
but I started going to Tropicana and started going to that one. Bro, I know you know the name of it. It's Jamaican spot.
right up by Silver Spring on the left. You talking about?
Yeah. Well,
I can't think of the name. I know you talking about. Yeah,
it's two words. It's like dumplings and something. It's two Jamaican foods, like bean patties and vegetables. Sweet mango. I knew it was two words.
All right,
see, Burger, that's why I love Burger. He knew exactly what the hell I was thinking of. So I was sitting
with you gonna take me to all the places. I want to go to all the nice places to eat. I want to do better than what y'all are saying Keith Lee did.
Yeah, man. I would have said Oohs and Ahs. I would have said Sweet Mango. I would have given them maybe Timbuktu, one of the places that have really good crab cake, because that's kind of what we do. But I don't know. Well, Burger said Dukem would have been one, or that's where he went. Dukem, Hong Kong carryout, and Cane's Trinidadian food.
No, that's where he went to Hong Kong carryout. That's who gave him the fake mumbo sauce.
Right. He should have went to Eddie Leonard's. But Burger, tell us, name 2-3 spots he should have gone to. If y'all, I say Oohs and Ahs and Sweet Mango, but you know what I'm saying, you might have a whole different idea. Oh shit, there's no more Sweet Mango?
It's an apartment building.
Wow.
I've been gone 12, 13 years. Is Pizza, is that a DC or is that a national chain?
It's a national chain, but they all over everywhere.
But then it
ain't a DC thing, but they downtown DC got some good pizza spots though. If he want to come there, like it's some celebrity chefs. We Are the Pizza. Celebrity chef Spike Menacin has one on Capitol Hill. They got the
he should have went to Adams Morgan and got one of them big ass slices, one of them jumbo slices from Adams Morgan. That's DC. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I just don't really know where we could have sent him. People are mad that he went to those places, but I'm like, where could we have sent him?
He could have went to Horace and Dickey's and got him a fish sandwich.
I laughed about that. I thought about that earlier.
Go to Horace and Dickey's and he was talking about he was in the hood at Hong Kong Cafe getting that terrible. When I saw his rice and he put it on the spoon, I was like, who is in the car with him directing this man? Now you representing our city showing this rice and this mumbo sauce. Like this is what we about. Like
he got to go to at least one carryout.
He got to
He had
come
to
back.
go to one. He had to go one carry out. That's
Hong-
DC's tradition.
Look, Hong Kong, that curry out ain't been good for years. Only body who would, I don't know nobody, unless he found a crackhead who used to be on this hang out back in the day. The only person who would have took him there. Yeah, they are gone from 8th Street. They still on U. They still got 2 locations going. U Street joint is still hitting. I know they closed
I know
one
we
of
used
them.
to do
I think Tacoma Pop closed, but the U Street, they still got one on U Street because Food Network did a joint there.
Easy sitting went to no carry outs.
I mean, he had to go to a curry out to get the mumbo sauce.
Yeah,
Everything else,
get the
he
mumbo
should have hit a
sauce.
restaurant.
Because if you're gonna represent DC foods, you gotta have some mumbo sauce on your wings. So he had to do that. I think so. But in Maryland and Virginia, I don't know what spots he could have gone to. Most people are telling me like all the good food spots are in Baltimore or out in Alexandria, out in Virginia. What the little gambling spot? The harbor, going out the harbor. They're saying that like DC doesn't really have those good spots. And I feel like a weirdo because I'm like, man, that's my city. But I ain't been there in over a decade. I haven't eaten, consistently there in over decades. I don't even know. Like I really have no clue what to tell. You should have went to Hamilton for mumbo sauce. But see, Burger, we need to. I'm gonna have Keith Lee people call you, Burger. We're gonna get to the bottom of this shit.
Right. Burger gonna be in the back seat next time he come to DC. Me, you, and Burger. We're gonna show him DC for real, and Jackie.
Yeah.
Right, DC,
Hamilton for mumbo sauce.
That's what
okay.
DC. We are a top 5 spot for food in the nation. That's why we have some of the top chefs here in the world. Right, like I'm not a fan either. Right, because I'm like, you already doing replies in from the vehicle, so I guess he can only do like he doing. I guess he kind of if you look at his videos, and I hadn't seen too many of them, but it's kind of like he kind of like the Guy Fieri doing the like dinners, the drive-ins and drive-throughs and dives. Seem like he kind of try to stay on that level with stuff, but even doing that, right? Like there is. We have some better options. Like I'm never gonna throw no shade to no brother who doing this thing, get your income how you get it. But if you're gonna represent and come and want to represent my city, like do it right and get in touch with the right people so you're going to the right places. You know what I mean? Because to me, like you diminishing your brand by you coming here and not getting real mumbo sauce, right? If you look at the comments of the mumbo sauce joint, look how many real people from DC who know from like soon as we saw it come up, soon as he put it up and we saw the redness of that wing, like we was like, oh man, it don't even matter what he say. It don't even matter because you ain't eating the real thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a Keith Lee fan. I just kind of found out who the hell he was last year. I knew everybody was because he went to some city and gave him a bad review and everybody got mad at him. And that's how I figured out who he was. I don't really watch his videos, but during that stretch, when I first found out who he was, I watched like 40. Just trying to figure out who he is, what he talking about, like how's he making all this money, how he a millionaire. Or I was like, man, I need to start doing some food reviews. This dude a millionaire? So I started looking at him more like from the social media content, I need to study him because he's killing the game. And what I've seen is he does try to help people sometimes. I've seen him do that. And I know that Hong Kong had a line around the corner. I'm like, how did you get people who was there? Everybody know the carry out. Like they wanted to go just because you was there. So it was a weird thing, like, because it's not a fledgling business that nobody hadn't heard of, and he shined the light on it, and now everybody's going. It's the regular old carry out that everybody know about. But because you put it on your page, they going. And I ain't even mad at it.
Yeah, well, that's part of the thing that he does, that he brings the community out to the place that he's going. So he kind of goes out, and that's why I was like, I'm not no shade to the brother. That's a great thing that he makes sure that he's bringing other people to buy, patrons to buy food, right? While he's coming.
He paid for it. He gave them like $3,000-$4,000 to pay for food for every. One was a tip, and some of it was just to pay for everybody that can eat, so they can eat for free. So I like that. I respect it.
Yeah. That's the good thing that he does, right? That with that. But again, like I said, there was no only shade that I have to him is his characterization of the city. That if he hadn't had that banner there, he could have started the video saying what he said and then moved on, and I would have been good with it. But when you make that like the headline, it's on the top of your video, bruh.
Just rub your little wrong. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that.
So now everything that you're saying.
Yeah, we can move right along.
Yeah, that's rough.
But yeah, shout out to Kid Lee. Let's hope we find some. Let's come up with some more restaurants that you can visit. Maybe you'll go to Baltimore and see what's what. We'll see. But I want to move on to InvestFest. Yeah. Hell yeah.
They need that love.
Next time I'm home, we're gonna go. And if I bring Jackie, then we all gonna go. Boom. Get some Ethiopian food. Get the bread, and then you dump the bread into the food. Yeah. We gonna do it. InvestFest was this week in Atlanta, and everybody was there. 50 Cent, the whole Marathon Continues crew, the Poor Minds podcast. I mean, it's too many people to try to name, but it started by Earn Your Leisure, which is an investment money podcast, which I love them brothers. Rashad, I forget the other brother name, damn. But they have the podcast and they talk about investment tips, money tips. 19 Keys, who a lot of people are now familiar with. He has his podcast on their network. And they're just really about making money and investing and being financially literate. And they do an Invest Fest in Atlanta every year where they teach financial literacy. Have some of the biggest players. Steve Harvey was there this year. 50 Cent was there this year. Have them come on and really break down financial investment and financial literacy and having your money together and learning from different people in different fields. Podcasting, music, journalism, real estate. They just kind of break it down. Insurance. They break it down across the map. And I really appreciate those brothers. I did not go this year. I really want to. I'm making my business to go next year. For real.
Hey,
I love it. Yeah. But what Jackie, you're here. What did you hear about InvestFest? Were you familiar with it? You know, what are your thoughts?
I've been familiar with it. I hate that the overshadow of the InvestFest was a hologram of Steve Harvey in the sky. I've seen a lot of people were talking about that, and a lot of people were confused, and a lot of people were just like, why is this happening? So on the ATL Scoop, that's all everybody was posting because it was like random. I mean, it was just like, okay, well, what is this for? It didn't have a meaning, and it didn't have like a lead way as to why he was doing it. So a lot of people were confused. But the InvestFest has a lot of opportunities for business owners, entrepreneurs, self-employed. It's a great event the whole weekend. I know some people had some stuff on Thursday on up until today. But it's just a big event convention where you can gain a lot of information. You can apply a lot of things that you learn to your own business, to anything that you want to do in the future, or even just if you want to do classes and teach people about financial literacy. So it's a great event. I'm glad that they're having this every year, and I'm definitely going to go. I didn't go this year either, but I'm definitely going next year.
Randy T, I'll just right up your alley real quick. Let us know your thoughts on the investment.
Look, man, I've been on these boys before they blew up, right? So so to see where they at now is so surreal, right? And let's just look, and I've watched them this development, and I was supposed to go to this. I was actually supposed to be here, but some stuff came up and I couldn't make it. Like day one, 50 Cent, Shannon Sharp, Steve Harvey, T.I., Steven Smith, Don Peebles. If you don't know who Don Peebles is, know who he. Just Google him and add and follow what he does, right? And just do that.
What was that? His Morehouse speech?
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip the day two and where he had for one, Zaytoven is there. You know what I mean? Black Sam, and then my mentor, Dr. Darius Daniels. my mentor was on day 2. So seeing him on the roster was like, yes, sir. Okay, all right. I'm gonna try to make this quick because I love all these boys. And then look, Monday Market. I'm on every 7 p.m. on Monday YouTube. I'm on it. The Monday markup, like they sit there for an hour and they give these tips. What they are teaching is something that wealthy families do on a regular basis, and it's something that we do not do. Now, on top of this, they did this thing, the Nipsey, and this is for you and your boy, the Nipsey Hussle Marathon Award. Like, that is something that is amazing. If all of you who are familiar with Shark Tank, so what they were doing, they kind of took the same concept. And so for every entrepreneur, they had a chance to give their idea and could get $10,000 invested into their idea that they was doing this, and they made it through rounds, doing it like a Shark Tank. And it's the Nipsey
100,000, Randy.
100,000. 100,000. I'm sorry, correct. Thank you. $100,000. That's what's great. It's along with scholarship funds, along with the financial literacy in the classes, and they are doing it. And they're doing this. They're teaching a culture of people something that another culture of people have done and practiced without fail for years, and now they are giving this information to the masses. What these brothers are doing is phenomenal. I support and love everything they do, and I hope Invest Fest helps transform us, because right now, one of the things that they do, that's one of the problems with us in our community. We are the biggest community. We are the biggest consumers on the planet, but we are the poorest people on the planet. How can we consume the most but make the least? And Invest Fest is all about teaching us how to reverse that and learn the financial literacy so those things align with the way that it should be. 2025, I'm in there. I'm there.
Absolutely. And I'm definitely gonna make sure that we all gonna be there. We're gonna be there because it's such a powerful event, and it's such an empowering event. And Charlemagne the God does the mental health expo. It's like we are doing stuff, and I'm not gonna do it now. I'm seeing how much time we have at the end of the show. But there's a Dr. Umar clip where he talks about all the negativity of hip hop. Overall, hip hop is negative, hasn't done enough. Like the good that it does doesn't outweigh the bad. And I'm like, this is all hip hop. Invest Fest is hip hop. Charlemagne the God's mental health expo is hip hop. Diddy, he tried, trash now, but his Rock the Vote campaign, Vote or Die campaign, that was hip hop. Getting Obama elected was hip hop. So if we have time, we'll address that. If not, maybe we'll do a Patreon episode or talk about it next week. But I do want to say the Invest Fest, Rashad and Bilal, that's their names, Rashad and Bilal from Earn Your Leisure. They do it every year, and they have the biggest and brightest stars, some of the most intelligent business minds.
Getting bigger every year.
Every year. I saw my ex was there this year. Right. I was like, what the hell?
Like, everybody there this year. Every year, man. And it is crazy. These dudes went from just like TikTok, YouTube, and it's amazing. Like, it show you,
they blew up.
Follow your dreams, man.
They blew up out of nowhere. Yeah. When I watched them, I got into them early, and they were on a small podcast that people were kind of talking about, and then they took off in a way I have never seen a podcast take off. It was like, only a few people know to everybody knows. So right. Kudos to them. Shout out to them brothers. I want to talk about the entrepreneur roller coaster. I want to talk about the ups and downs. And even if you're a jobpreneur, and if you're not familiar with that term, that means you have a 9-to-5, but you also have your business that you're working. Maybe not even on the side. Maybe it's on the side. Maybe it's equal footing. And Burger Schmee did not go to Invest Fest this year. He's doing some stuff with the family. He out in Martha's Vineyard. But Schmee is one of those guys who can go, who needs to go, who deserves to go. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't go this year.
You don't have to that says that enough said.
I ain't gotta explain it. He texted me enough like, I didn't do the what's name. Yeah, I'm in the vineyard. I was like, the vineyard. Only vineyard I know is Martha. He was like, yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
You a Martha's vineyard? What you? Yeah, then he sent me a video of the house. Me and the fam out here, and I'm like, this dude. But that's the people that's in our circle, and that's why we all strive for greatness, and that's why we're on this entrepreneur roller coaster or this jobpreneur roller coaster. And I know all three of us have our own business ventures, and even if there's a job, we are doing our own thing as well. And I spoke about the last couple of weeks being rough for me. I mean, to me, I just like coming off a brilliant stretch, earning a trip to Costa Rica, getting to Costa Rica, 4 seasons, feeling like the man when I walked through. You know what I'm saying? And then to come back and have some immediate struggles in my business, it's like the roller coaster is up and down and up and down. And I was thinking about how it affects everything. Because if I'm not hitting my goals, I don't want to go up, baby. I don't want to go to dinner tonight. I got work to do. Oh yeah, I don't want to sleep in. I got work to do. And I think about how those things, how being an entrepreneur, being on this roller coaster, how it affects every part of your life. Because I'm not kicking it if I got money to make. I ain't hanging with the fellas if I got some bread to make. Baby, we're not going to dinner tonight. I will see you next week. I got business to handle. You know what I'm saying? In this world, you eat what you kill. And if I haven't killed me a big buffalo, then I'm still hunting. And I wanted to get y'all thoughts on that because I think that's something that we don't talk about a lot. Everybody want to be an entrepreneur. Everybody want to have their own business. Everybody want to do all those things. But it's the good and it's the bad. We can talk about the good too because I don't want this to be a sad, the negative conversation. But I just wanted to get y'all thoughts on like, all right, Jackie, I know you work and I know you have your training business. If it's a week where, I don't know, you can probably give a better example, but I would think if 5 clients cancel on the week, or if you said I'll have 20 clients by the end of November and you only have 10, I'm sure those things factor into how you move going forward, whether it's your mental attitude, your attitude, or whether it's you have time to date, or whether it's, like I'm making up shit, but I'm sure some of this is speaking to you.
Yes, that's a great thing. I choose and I love to be single. Not a lot of people can handle somebody that's an entrepreneur because they're not a priority. Your business is your priority. And under your kids and all that. But a person, I'm not going to put anybody, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the mental capacity to be with somebody or give 100% because everything is going to my business. And a lot of people in the dating game are looking for reciprocation. They do things for you. They want you to reciprocate. And I'm not in a space to do that because everything that I'm doing is going into my business. So I don't have the consistency to give to someone. I don't have the consistent time, the consistent attention, the consistent love to give to someone. But as far as clients and all of that, I've learned to do automatic payments for it to come out every month instead of waiting and chasing and all of that. I did that, been there, done that. So I know what's coming in and it keeps them actually focused and on a consistent thing too, because they know that's coming out and it's going to come out regardless if you want to call in 5 times, if you want to cancel 5 times, that money's still coming out. It's just like a gym. So I've learned to do that, to manage my time and manage my money a little bit better. I'm always learning. So again, the Invest Fest, I'm mad that I missed it because I know I could have learned some things. But it takes a lot. It takes a lot of you mentally. You have to be very mentally strong, thick skin. You're gonna fail. You're going to fail. Let me say that again. You're going to fail, and it's okay. It's okay because you have to fail in order to learn and to grow, to do better, to elevate your business, to elevate yourself. But I do commend the people that have relationships and have marriages where they're both of them are working within the business and elevating within the business, combining incomes, because it does help when you have that partner, when you have that person that's contributing into your business as well. So entrepreneurship is very hard. It's not for the weak. If you think that you're just going to come up with an idea, some people it has where they come up with an idea and it takes off. but then you have those ones that you're going to have to work hard. Just like being a rapper, you're not going to always be the one to make it. Your path might be, you might be in the game 10, 12 years before you get a hit. So you got to have a lot of patience with being an entrepreneur, but you got to have to also, what I've learned is to pour into yourself, learn how to say no, learn how to take those days off, learn how to take that time out for yourself. Because if you don't, your business is going to fail if you're not mentally right.
That's a whole word. I know what I struggle with is taking time off and not feeling guilty. The entrepreneur guilt is something we should probably talk about later. That is something that I struggle with. If I'm not working 15, 16 hours in a day, the guilt will beat me up and I won't even be able to sleep at night. Because I'm like, this is all you, and you chill today? Like, it will eat me alive. But Randy, I want you to take us home on our on the entrepreneur roller coaster. And
Right.
yeah, take us home on that, Randy.
All right. For one, it's not, like Jackie said, it's not something for the faint of heart, right? And anybody who go on that path, I'll recommend 2 books for you. One would be The Richest Man in Babylon, because it will first change your concept of how you view money. And then the second one would be by Robert Kiyosaki, called The Cash Flow Quadrant. And the cash flow quadrant, it breaks down like the responsibilities and the roles of entrepreneurship, right? From being a self-entrepreneur and from being, to corporations, the foundations, your roles, your responsibilities, and the things that go along with it. Because a lot of times people don't realize, and it was something that I, came, that people don't realize, when you want to go into entrepreneurship, you are going to work harder than people who have regular 40-hour jobs, right? Like, because you are the business. And what some people don't realize, and good point, Melissa, entrepreneurs do work 80 hours. They do. Most entrepreneurs, they work double the time, if not triple the time, because they are always investing. They are the business, right? So I would recommend, like, if you're looking for that life balance, to try to do it. Like, that is a great book to read, to realize if you get into this, to get to that freedom that you want to achieve, and it is achievable, right? If you have a good business plan and you go forward with that, you can get there. But we said it too, if you're gonna fail forward, fail fast, so you can regroup and go back. But it's a cycle that you go through with the entrepreneurships, and it's ups and downs, right? But you got to look, like, if you have a goal, it's always part of the marathon. And if you have a solid business plan and you keep going, that is always the motivation. Because if you look at your days and your months, they're gonna come and go. I've had 2 mediocre months in a row, and I'm not used to being mediocre at anything. But hey, I'm running a marathon and it happens, right? So, like, am I changing? Like, I'm just go back and do my analytics and make sure that my processes stay the same and I'm consistent in what I'm doing, and everything that I say that I'm going to do aligns with my business plan and my strategies. Then we go forward. All right. So just know, if you're doing in this entrepreneurship, be ready to run a marathon. And if you ain't ready to run a marathon, like, stay to your 9 to 5. Like, for real, it's easier.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I missed a little bit of that, but I caught that, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And, you know what I'm saying? And in my particular industry, it's not a daily business, it's a weekly business. You know what I'm saying? And those are jewels. And it's really nothing wrong with a job. I'll add this. Every entrepreneurial venture I've been on, well, not every, but most of them have failed. Like, it is really difficult to start a business out of thin air and then make money. It's like a relationship. You don't know a woman, then you meet a woman, then you try to create a lifelong relationship out of nowhere. That's not the easiest thing to do. If it was, then we all marry the first person we met. You know what I'm saying? It is
live happily ever after.
Exactly. But sometimes they date, it doesn't work out. Maybe they can't handle your schedule, like Jackie was saying, they can't handle your time, then you move on. Same thing with businesses. Sometimes you open up one business, it works for a year, but it's not a lifetime business. Relationships and businesses are for what's the saying, Randy? A season, a reason, or a lifetime. I think that's how it goes.
That's
so
it.
That's how.
Hey, no, for Jackie, it's like get fit or get wet. Get fit or get gone. Jackie, like, I ain't got time. Like, see, Jackie's like, for real, like, Slim, you gonna see me in the gym, and whenever I got time, they keep it moving. I ain't
exactly.
mad at you,
Exactly. I want to move. I did want to discuss that. I thought it was important to discuss it, especially because of what my mindset has been the last couple of weeks. And I had talked to Randy about this a little bit, some of my frustrations. And just wanted to bring it to everybody because I think sometimes we don't talk about that. We show the glamorous part. I told everybody on earth, I was in Costa Rica. I told everybody on earth that I sold so much insurance. I earned this trip in the Four Seasons, and it's a $3,000 a night resort. I told everybody. I didn't tell everybody that I was struggling. I didn't tell everybody that I had 2 rough weeks. I want to make sure we show both sides. You know what I'm saying? Show both sides. Don't just, because people looking at your highlight reel and comparing their life to that and hating themselves based off you just celebrating. I want to show you both sides. You ain't got to hate yourself. You ain't got to feel bad. None of that. We all got ups. We all got downs, including me, including Randy, including Jackie. The goal is to just have more ups and downs. You hear me?
Word.
Let me make sure I change the banner because I've been on tight. I've been on point with this banner this week, y'all. I've been on point.
Go.
It's the mayor. I might have to change that. I love having my own original music there, but sometimes the stories don't require a party. It needs to be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And not such a party celebratory type vibe. And this is one of those instances. A federal judge, whoa. So I clicked on the article, right? And it took me to Georgia Rain's Instagram. Do y'all know who Georgia Rain is?
Tell us.
So she's an R&B singer. I had her on a podcast, maybe like me and JB like 2014, and she had an album release party at King of Diamonds in Atlanta. So we did the album release party where we went down there, and of course King of Diamonds was, I guess it's still cool, whatever. But it's a show club, of course, and it was so it was very it was charged.
Yeah.
And then she was on reality shows. It was very demure. And she dated Michael Blackson, a comedian, for a little bit. And she's beautiful. Let me just put it that way. She's beautiful. She's one of the most she's a get fit with Jack type chick. She's in shape. She got the flat
story,
ass.
man. You see someone on the story.
Yeah, when I clicked on it, it was her in the shower. And I was just like, oh. Okay. I'm looking for the Breanna Taylor story, and I see Georgia Rain in the shower. And I'm like, yo. Oh, boom. So really quickly.
We got 7 minutes to count. Let's wrap. Let's.
Yeah, I see. Jack said, wait a minute now. We gotta do what we gotta do. So the judges in the Breanna Taylor case, the federal judges ruled that a decision by Breanna Taylor's boyfriend to fire his gun when officers burst into his home on a no-knock warrant was the ultimate cause of her death, exonerating the 2 officers. I feel totally different. You do a no-knock. They ask you to identify yourself. You don't. You burst into the house. You burst into my house, or me and my girl are chilling. I'm liable to open fire. I may say, who is that? Who is that? Identify yourself. Maybe it's the police. We never know. But if you don't say it's the police and you just keep moving forward, I'm opening fire. So I think that it was a no-knock warrant that they issued. I think it was even in the wrong house. They were at the wrong damn house. So
wrong house. So it doesn't matter what y'all did. It was the wrong house. Let's start with that.
Start with that. The Department of Justice has said that they're going to do they're going to look into it. I don't know if anything's going to happen, but real quick, Randy T.
I'd say for one, the biggest problem that I have with this whole thing, and shout out to Ben Crump, who is the Johnny Cock of our generation right now.
Johnny Cochran. Everyone call him Johnny Cock. Whoa.
Johnny Cochran of our generation right now. He's doing a lot of good. He's doing a lot of good for our community, and he's making strides. And every officer who fired a bullet in the Breanna Taylor's case has zero charges against them right now. And the only person who is currently facing charges behind her death is the man who was attempting to protect her. So
hold on, Randy. Goddamn, I gotta give you a round of applause for that because you just nailed that shit. Goddamn, where my round of applause?
And
continue.
You know, that is the biggest problem that I have with this whole story, this whole scenario. Now, if we get down to the bones of it, and I understand and I have all respect to officers of the law who are doing their job, and under them circumstances, he did fire 10 shots. The boyfriend did fire 10 shots at the police. And so and I'm not saying that their response was I can't say what the response of that was, should have been, or could have been. What happened to her was definitely shouldn't have happened to her. Was it overkill? Absolutely. And should more people than should her boyfriend right now be the only person that has been found guilty of the wrongdoing of her death? It is a travesty of justice right now that they could even release a report. But this is how the American system been doing us, since we've been here. So
that's a fact.
Keep fighting the fight. Keep fighting the fight. Don't stand up for it. Don't stand up for it.
At all. Let's get into our Don't Be Dumb Award.
So dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Really quick, as we're running out of time here, MIT sees a massive drop in black enrollment after Supreme Court overturns affirmative action ruling. That is the Donald Trump effect. That is why I don't like Trump. Trump got into office. He packed the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court then overturned Roe v. Wade. Supreme Court then overturned affirmative action. So all of you motherfuckers is like, oh, Trump ain't that bad. You trying to make him a boogeyman. You trying to scare us, new. Trump ain't the boogeyman. You scared? Well, look what he did. The enrollment opportunities in these Ivy League schools for African Americans has dropped considerably based on Trump's Supreme Court. And I call it Trump's Supreme Court because he put 3 justices in it, which made it imbalanced. So that is why I am anti-Trump. I'm not anti-Trump because I'm afraid of Trump. I think he's going to do, and he's the boogeyman. It's real shit that's happening. The affirmative action thing is real. You know what I'm saying? If Randy gets, like, let's say he gets Angelina Jolie pregnant, he can't get an abortion. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are real things. The bill you're so passionate about, the John Lewis Voters Act, that's not going to happen under Trump. So when I attack Trump, it's not that, I'm not a Democrat. I don't like neither one of them. I don't like any white people over the age of 60, which is why I'm cool with Kamala and Walz, because they're younger. They're bringing a youthful perspective to it. And I think that more things like this will happen if Trump gets back in office. That's all I got to say about that. Randy T.
All right, we're gonna have to go over on this one.
Well, we're on your timetable, so
we
you
good.
let us know.
We good. I'll let
Okay.
you know. I told you I'll let you know. We good. Now, for one, this whole thing is that, for one, this goes back to the affirmative action vote that in 2023 that happened. And it was a group of people, I forgot that, but they brought a lawsuit up against Harvard and somebody else, saying that it was unfair, right? That it was unfair for affirmative action. It gave it was an unfair advantage for people. And let's say this, the article is kind of misleading because MIT, I want to say that, and their directors and everyone for MIT has come out and said that they have tried their best to try to make the diversity better than it was. And this was the first since that verdict that the Supreme Court, and it was a verdict that was 6-3. And why I know why you're saying it's the Trump effect, because it was his justices, 3 of them led it. But Clarence Thomas, his statement on when they shot down affirmative action, his statement on that, I will remember to this day. To me, it was so disheartening to hear that from another black man.
No, Uncle Thomas.
Sitting. It was almost Uncle Ruckus to me, right? The statement. And we know 3 of the justices that he appointed did vote to strike down affirmative action. But again, it was a lawsuit, and MIT is a part of the other lawsuit that was trying to stop this, right? So, but they suffered from this, and part of it was that they wanted to get up to Asian. They said that it wasn't fair to the Asian people, which to me is already crazy, because MIT already, one of their criteria is STEM. Is what they look for, the people who fall in the STEM criteria. And most of it, and I mean, I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but honestly, everybody know if we look in the STEMs, it's going to be the Asians, the Indians. They lead that, right? That's just a fact. Look up the stats. I'm not being, you can call it stereotypical if you want. It is what it is. But I see where you drawing the line when you said that it was his impact, but because 3 of the justices that he appointed did vote it down, right? And so you can say that he had a hand in that because he did that, right? He put people.
He had a big hand in it.
He put in people in that he thought that would give that effect. So I can see what you're saying. I don't give him all the credit for this, but he did have some influence because he appointed these people. Clarence Thomas was the biggest one on this. Now, with that being said, the biggest problem that we have with this vote is that, this is the way that it's always been, that schools, they don't, and especially Ivy League schools, California hadn't did affirmative action since 1980. And so it's certain schools that it's certain demographics that they want, and that is going to be the standard via affirmative action or not. But I think it shows the stats that what this shows is that without affirmative action, that there is an effect, right? Because immediately, this is the first class of recruitment since affirmative action was struck down. And you see, it was a drastic, what it's not telling you though, it was a drastic fall off for Black people, but guess who it was a drastic uptick for? It was almost a 15% uptick for Asian people, right? And it was, and part of the people who's put out the lawsuit, the strike down affirmative action, it was an Asian group who was for Asian people numbers being up. So they got what they wanted, right? So what they wanted, that lawsuit happened, affirmative action off, and more Asians are in MIT. They won. So at the end of the day, Black people, go to HBCU. Y'all be all right.
As a Howard University alum, I did drop out. I used the P. Diddy scholarship, where I went for a couple of years and left to go be a rapper. But if you want, like the gangster did JB, if you want to go to Harvard, I encourage you to go. And if you want to go and you have the qualifications to go, you should be able to go. That's the issue. When you're qualified to go, but because you don't have the financial wherewithal to go, now you can't go because of what he did with the affirmative action, because of what the Supreme Court did with that. And that's my issue. My issue was only because I didn't want to go there. And my man Smee, who had a higher SAT score than anybody I knew, he didn't want to go there. But if you want to go, And the only reason you can't go is because you're not financially, in a position to go. Then something needs to be done, and that's my issue with it. And I do give Trump all the blame because you take away those 3 Supreme Court justices he appointed, that doesn't happen. You take away those 3, abortion is not illegal. Like, he has done things and he continues to do things, so it's on him. I hear all of the what do you call it when it's this tertiary people to blame, the tertiary responsibility, but that's not the main focus. The main focus is what he did. And Jackie, I'm gonna give you the last word on it, but that's my issue. That's why I aim it at him.
Let's be clear that the affirmative action part it's affirmative action when it relates to education was the part that they struck down, right? It wasn't as a whole. Go ahead, Jack.
That wasn't. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I thought it was more encompassing than that, but no. let me do my 1-2 on that.
Look, I was gonna let y'all have that, but all I'm gonna say is this: blame a lot of stuff on just the 2 candidates, but we have to really vote for the state level. We have to vote for every level because it's just like boomerang. Lady Eloise, she has no power. These presidents have no power if they get blocked by the party when they're trying to put in things that they're trying to put in place. I mean, let's just keep it real. We keep blaming these 2 people for things that have happened in the past, but if they don't have the support to pass these bills and pass these things, they don't have any power.
Right. So it's the local
elections. That's not exactly true because
right?
That's not true because Trump has done what they call an executive order. So he was doing shit that was like the Democrats are too pussy to do it, but he was doing shit where he could override the government. So what Jackie just said isn't exactly accurate. When you're a politician with integrity, that is very true. When you don't give a fuck like Trump, you just do executive order, which means I override everybody. And that's what he's done. He's just said, oh, y'all don't want to do that? Executive order, that means I get to do it anyway. And he's done it.
Well, there were some things that Obama tried to push through and was in place, and it was blocked.
He was pussy. You didn't hear what I just said. He pussy. He wouldn't do it. But every hold on, I want you to hear this. I want everybody to understand this. This is very important. This is very important. I want everybody to understand it. Every president has the opportunity to evoke executive order, which means no matter what the House or the Senate says, what I say goes. Obama would never do that because he's a good guy. He doesn't believe in absolute power. He doesn't believe in going. I can't think of the terminology.
Mindset, man.
I know what he doesn't do.
Let's say that.
So what he didn't do was say my way or the highway. And so a lot of people are like, well, if he couldn't get that done, then how do you think Trump could do anything? Because he evokes executive order. Executive order means I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Right.
So be very clear. One doesn't do that and bows down to the consensus, to the vote. And one says, I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I'm going to do what I want. And that's the issue. So the president can do, it can be, Trump just had the Supreme Court do they just passed a law where the incoming president can't be arrested. So if Trump gets arrested, he can't go to jail. If Trump becomes president, he can't be held accountable for any of his crimes.
For certain things, it wasn't a blanket immunity.
For erroneous. The shit that he did, he can't get arrested for. So fuck all that. And that's the bullshit. And I'm not dealing with.
I don't know if that's 100% sure. That's not.
Well, no, he cannot, as of right now, he cannot be arrested for any of his crimes he's on trial for if he gets elected. That's strategic. That's strategic.
None of them he still can.
Well, I'm not. No, I reject what you're saying. No, I think I know more on this, and you could think you know more. And if everybody watching, do your research.
Yeah, tell us. Right that.
We have a difference of opinion. So either he's right, I'm right, or we both right, or we both wrong. You know what I'm saying? So do your own research. But what I understand is that the law passed where Trump cannot be held accountable for for anything he did while he was president. And he's going to be exonerated of that. Why do you think the Supreme Court did that right before this election? Maybe just in case he wins, so he can't go to jail. So
Yeah.
that's the Trump effect. That's what I'm talking about. And
Yeah.
before
I get it, but I just want to say this too, that
no, Ray, don't say it. Don't say it. No, don't say it. We're moving on.
John Lewis ballot. John Lewis been on the ballot. John Lewis been on the ballot. You know what I mean?
We ain't trying to go into the Democratic National Convention highlights.
Oh yeah, let's do that real quick, and then we gotta go.
Anything about the highlights y'all want to discuss? Anything real quick about the DNC highlights?
Yeah. Right. Hey, good point. Hey, my boy Ryan Seaman said the Affordable Care Act was an executive order. That's the only way it got. That's the only way it got through. Yeah, it's just watching. Like, remember they wouldn't vote it through. That's the only way. That's still in effect. So that's one thing he got.
Okay, and we I think we all agree. Or well, maybe we don't all agree. I think Obama pussy. I think he was too scared to evoke it, too scared to use it for things that really mattered. With the Affordable Care
Act.
Okay. Are we comparing that to the same thing Trump did?
No,
look,
we got family. We have family members who use the Affordable Care Act for their insurance. So I know
Trump
what that does.
Did for his executive order to the Affordable Care Act. Are we comparing those?
I'm not. It's not a comparison. It's just.
Well, then tell your boy mute up. Tell him mute up.
You said Obama didn't.
So I don't want to hear that shit.
You said Obama wouldn't do it.
We know what I'm talking about. We know the point I'm making.
Well, back to the highlight.
Like whatever.
Back to the highlight.
Now,
I did enjoy seeing Obama's at the DNC.
Now, what are you guys watching? What how sound we got, Randy? Because we kind of on your schedule.
Let's go. We got 4 minutes. I got 4 minutes.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give everybody 1 minute to get off. Whatever you want to get off.
She with you, Jack. She said she with Jack. She with you, Jack. You got a new fan.
Okay. Another word. I need to be with you so I can drop some of this goddamn weight. But what I want to do is give everybody a final word, last word of the night. We will start it with the lady of the pod. We will start with Jack. Jack, we're gonna ISO on you. Any last words before we get up out of here?
Yes. So I just want to put emphasis on pouring into yourself. We're going into a season, which is the fall and winter of suicide. Emotions are high. So I want to make sure you guys are pouring into yourself, getting mentally strong, doing some reading, getting out into the sun while it lasts, because it's about to get into the cold winter months. So make sure that you're already taking your sea moss, your black seed oil, your elderberry, so it's already into your system when we go into this fall and winter months, so that you can boost your immune system to where if you do get sick, you're not down for a very long time. But mental wellness is real, mental health is real. So I want you guys to really focus on pouring into yourselves, because a lot of these fall and winter months are very people get into depression because of the holidays, loss of loved ones, the homicide and the murder suicide rates are high. Domestic violence is high around those months. So everybody just pour into yourself and just make sure that you're taking time off and getting your rest. Please get your rest. Sleep is very important. So please do that so that you're able to recharge and reset.
Oh, I love it. And I feel like you were speaking directly to me. Randy, last words.
Hey, look. Hey,
and y'all ain't telling me that we ain't changed the banner. We was doing real good up until
to now. I told you I wasn't gonna tell you. But look, hey, it's your man Randy T. Follow me. I am still on the Finding Your Tribe series right now in Man Up Monday, because I believe Zig Ziglar said, if you can show me your 3 best friends, I can show you your life. So the circle of people that you have around you has the biggest influence of where you want to be and what you want to do and what you want to achieve in life. So I am still on Man Up Monday. Follow me on every platform. That's we in the Finding Our Tribe series. So we're going to keep dropping tips. So every man, let's man up on finding your tribe. Like, look, no man is an island. together. All and you know what I say, that males are born, but men are made. Let's go.
That's a bar. Let me write that down. Males are born, but men are made. Boom. That's a bar right there, man. That's a goddamn bar. Let me add that to the goddamn thing. All right. And last but not least, I just want to males are born, but men are made. Okay, I typed you correctly. Cool. The only thing I would say is take that, I guess, a encapsulation of what both of them said. Like, take time for yourself. Make sure that you really follow. You create a plan and you follow your plan. That's all I got, man. It's been a rough couple of weeks for me, and I am living by that. Make a plan, follow a plan, give yourself grace, but do what the fuck you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Giving yourself grace and then bullshit. Just matter of fact, I'm gonna play something for you guys as I exit, and this is something that kind of motivated me. If I can find it in time to actually play it for you, I will absolutely play it for you.
Hey, why you looking for? Appreciate it, big K Burger. Hey, we gonna get together, man. And one of my big mentors, Brian Seymour, watching tonight. I appreciate you, man. Hey, look, I'm a product of the stuff you poured in, man. Like, I'm a product of you.
That's what's up. I love to see that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Plan your work and work your plan is my motto. I love that, Burger. And yeah, man, I just want to encourage everybody. This is what I'm gonna end with. Wake up a little earlier tomorrow. A half hour earlier, 15 minutes earlier, an hour earlier.
Oh man, you ain't. He hadn't. He hadn't phased out the whole show.
Hold on, what happened? Because I hear me at all?
You froze.
You
froze the whole
in the middle
show.
of my beautiful statement. I gave you the best advice. What I said was either give it a wake up either 15 minutes early, 30 minutes earlier, or an hour earlier for all the next week, and give yourself some self-care time in the morning. Give yourself some preparation. Right now I'm reading. That's a good one. I'll tell you what I'm reading right now. I've been reading Jeezy's book, Adversity for Sale, but I'm starting The Art of Letting Go. Stop overthinking, stop negative spirals. So the art of, me and Randy read a lot of the same books, so I'm probably sure you either read it or it's on your list. But The Art of Letting Go for me is kind of relinquishing things that you carry with you in your everyday life. And that's what I talked about the last couple of weeks with losing JB. It's been a lot that I'm carrying with me that I haven't put on the podcast, but there are things that I feel like I should be doing or should be happening that I have no control over. And I'm just carrying it with me like as a like I'm just carrying it every day. Like, I still couldn't get that right. I couldn't do that. I'm not allowed to do that. All these things that you wanted me to do will be passed. I'm not doing this because I can't. And I'm just carrying it into my everyday life. I am carrying what I can't do. And it takes away from the thought of what you can do. So I'm telling everybody, just drop it at the floor, get up a little earlier, do what you got to do.
Work out.
Yeah, Burger. Yeah, Burger said you and JB personified. Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. But I know it's things that he would want me to do that I am trying hard to do that I'm not being permitted to do. And eat at me. And Burger, actually, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you and let you know what's going on. And shit, you too, Randy. And I think the one thing you said, Randy, about knowing your tribe and your tribe, what I'm trying to do when I'm working there, I know you've done, and you've been successful at. So yeah, you're gonna be getting a call from me every goddamn morning or every evening, because why would I not enlist my resources? I got a great resource right there. I want to get in shape. I'm trying to drop about 30 pounds so I can, you know what I'm saying, maybe making good away from that dude she with, you know what I'm saying? So I need to be calling Jackie. Like, I have all of these resources I'm not using. So Randy and Jackie, Burger, Clarissa, y'all can get tired of me this week. Don't call them. That's it.
All right.
Uno. Skip you, reverse you, Joe 4. The color is green. Uno.